I'll be calling you a radical, a liberal. I want to talk today and prove to you how corrupt the United States of America has become. Could be the most corrupt government in the world, and I got to prove to you, not just these people battle off on the far right, these corrupt, no, I'm going to talk to you in detail and prove to you how corrupt they are. Look, let's go back to 2000. I'm going to talk about the Fed and how corrupt the Federal Reserve is. And I'm not going to get into a big history lesson and debate with you fucking morons who are so anal in my class. Oh, it came in 1907 and then 1916 and then 1913, restructured in 1934. Look, in 1873 it was called the National Bank, and then before we had the Wildcat, we go all the way back, but it still was a central bank. It's changed names multiple times, it's changed systems multiple times, but I want to talk about how corrupt the United States government became. In the 1990s, I was a derivative arbitrage specialist, a semiconductor analyst on Wall Street. Had an incredible reputation for forecasting the Fed's interest rate before they even did it. It wasn't very hard to do. All I did was use the government's data, which is a basket of goods, CPI, PPI, and all we did was do the work before they did it. Okay, and that was the Fed's role. That's what the Fed bases. The Fed's only role to handle inflation. As inflation rears up, you raise freaking rates to kill it down. Just like Volcker did. Fred killed it off and created the prosperity of the 90s. I could prove to you how corrupt it became. In 2000, Alan Greenspan, the most corrupt man in the United States Treasury or the Fed or any government apparatus for that matter. Yeah, I know they're not actually government, but let's talk about in United States monetaries, fiscal, money, whatever you want to call it. He's the most corrupt man in the history of the country. He's Benedict Arnold on steroids. He is a phony, creepy piece of shit who should be in a prison cell. He's the biggest terrorist, financial terrorist in the history, maybe, of the world. Okay, in 2000, everybody knows the rates should be starting to rise up, but he's fucking got himself in bed with Wall Street. You want to talk about show business for ugly people? That's him and his wife. Whoa. Talk about ugly. I remember listening to him speak, me and Dr. Cooley one time. I said, I don't think the fucker said a fucking thing. But let me lay you out how I'll prove to you how corrupted this government is. In the Bush administration. We're talking during the Bush years. Okay, Bush had his economic summit right after he became president with that, remember that Neanderthal snow he had over there? They had their summit down in Crawford. That's when he told everybody, go ahead, mouse numbers, forget the SEC, forget the Justice Department, hands off, you guys do whatever you want. Here, how about off-balance sheet accounting? Go ahead, do it. Do whatever you fucking want. That's when they started mousing fucking government numbers, what people would have went to jail for. They would have went to jail for in the CPI and the PPI. Here's how I can prove it. I want you to go in, get on your computer, and I want you to track back. It's government data, it's all over. I'll give you the website. What the government says inflation ran at in 2002, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want you to take a look and see what they say that fucking ran out. Okay, I make my students do this. I used to. Now we'll break it down. We'll use the exact model that they do. Now look, they can say, oh, they hypothesized it wrong. That's a fucking lie. That is a total fucking lie. You don't get it wrong. Yeah, you could fucking miss a number by a percentage point. You go 2.3, 2.2 because of trailing indicators. We run millions of regressions on this thing and get it right in the aftermath. When the aftermath proves the corruption. They say it rose at what, 1.5, 1 year, 2.3, 2.8, excuse me, yeah, 1.8. Okay, do the number. What was fucking oil in 2000? What did it go up annually? We went from $10 a barrel all the way to $160 a barrel. What did gold? 245 all the way to 1600. What about fucking wheat? What about commodities? What about corn? What about fucking gasoline? What about housing? What about fucking getting an education? These are all the baskets they use. You can use their baskets. You do the number. They were missing it by 3-4% in quarters. Annualized, sometimes they missed it by fucking 7, 8, 9%. That is not a miss. That is not a miss. That is corruption with malice. That is illegal. The Bush administration pulled that. You know, the euro was 80 cents. Fuck, you could, you know, and you could take all this money and away. I can prove that 80% of all wealth in the United States was destroyed between 2000 and 2008. I can prove it. It's called, I call it my Kevin Blanch Weighted Wealth Index. You can fucking weight it against all the other currencies. I mean, what was the fucking euro? 80 cents went to $1.60. And everybody says, oh, euro's worse than we. Oh, if euro's so fucking worse than we are, why is the euro still $1.30? It was 80 cents when they were just hoping to get even. I mean, and let's talk about what happened in Europe. What happened in Europe was caused by Greenspan. And I can prove that. It wasn't caused by Europe. It was caused by the central bank here. And here's how. They jumped the gun, kept lowering rates because they had their eye on Wall Street. They didn't want you going into any other instruments, and Wall Street would have collapsed. Those numbers would have collapsed. In the weighted wealth index, the fucking Dow right now, if you left GM in, would be 3,000. I can prove this. This is not fucking, you know, commentary. This is documentary. I can prove this. This is not fucking bullshit. This is all facts. Okay, as they're lowering the rate, the Central Bank of the United States, which is the reserve currency, other fucking countries have to follow suit. They have to. Iceland proved that you can't try to go do your own thing because it creates an arbitrage, a carry trade. Guys like me, that's what we will find the inefficient and exploit it. Look, that's how it works. So if one society's raising the rate up and the other is lowering it, one just goes and borrows from one into the other and creates himself a free way to make on a treasure. And what happens in Iceland happened. You bankrupt a fucking country. Europe had no choice. Europe had to fucking follow a fucking Greenspan. They had no choice. They couldn't raise rates because it would create the fucking arbitrage. So what's happening in Europe is caused by Greenspan. Seriously, I can prove it. Look, if you take the Dow, the S&P 500, the fucking NASDAQ, and you weigh what it was in 2000. Okay, you can do it in the hard number. What was the NASDAQ was 5,000. What is it now? 2,500, or 2,700. The Dow's pretty well what it was in the hard number. But remember, they removed GM, which was the biggest component. Take GM, put GM back in. That don't help you. Put GM, see where it's at. Okay, weight it. Now, how do we weight it? In simple person's context. Okay, in 2000, you got $10,000. Okay, you got it in the market. You sell the market. You go buy yourself a car, you guys a house, you buy yourself some education, you buy some gasoline, you buy some gold, you buy whatever. Whatever you can think of. How much of it did you buy? Okay, now, you put it back in, 12 years later, you pull it out. The hard number is going to be like, how much does it buy? How much gold does it buy? How much oil does it buy? How much freaking sugar does it buy? How much freaking housing does it buy? How much education does it fucking buy? I could prove to you that the United States is the most corrupt country in that block of fucking time. And it still carries on. These numbers, any number you see coming out of them, which would have been reason for it to go to jail because there are laws against it. Bush committed treason. Bush broke so many fucking laws. That Neanderthal snow, fucking the Fed, Greenspan, fucking Cheney, you go all the way down, up and down their cabinet, every one of them. They committed financial fraud that is so against the law. It is so, and Holden won't go after them. Them mousing those numbers on the CPI and PPI, and I'm so sick of economists from Princeton, these assholes at Harvard, get on fucking television and say, oh, the Fed just hypotheses wrong. Bull fucking shit. They blatantly broke the fucking law. Blatantly, they did not hypothesize it fucking wrong. They fucking broke the law. The Fed's fucking charter to control fucking inflation via the interest rate. That's their only charter. They got in bed with fucking Wall Street and they broke the law. They broke the law. That is treason. They should be tried in the courts of laws right here. Not put a Gitmo and that backdoor bullshit. Fucking Snow, the next one they had, fucking Cheney, Bush, all these guys. They broke the law, and I can prove it. I can prove it. You Princeton guys, you Harvard, you Yale guys, you guys are so fucked up. I'm sick of listening to you fuckers. Milton Freeman, whatever, says, oh, the Fed. I forgot more about the fucking Fed than you motherfuckers know. If you guys only know. When my book gets fucking done, you'll understand everything I've been fucking saying. You fuckers, it flies right over your head. They fucking are criminals. They are criminals. The rate was raising at about 6, 7, 8, some years almost 10%. And they were reporting it as 1.8%, 2.3%, 2.2. Those are not fucking mistakes. We use computers with regression. The model that is used all over the United States. And it can be backtracked and it can be proved how blatant. Just like they fucking said Just like when Bush got his black eye. That was one of those from his mother-in-law's fucking Enron fucking stock, as fucking everybody down in Texas was talking. Yeah, we knew to get out. Him and Kenneth Lay. Kenneth Lay was his big back. That's when this scam. They got together. Off balance sheet accounting in banks. Talk about fraud. Talk about against the law. They are crimes. The United States is the most corrupt society in the fucking world. And during the Bush administration, why not? Why not? He stole the election. He did not even win. The fucking Supreme Court is totally illegitimate. Totally. That's coming right from Justice Breyer's mouth. That's not just some kind of... That's coming from one of their mouths. We are illegitimate, as they named Bush. So why not? He stole the election when he did not fucking win. We have the Electoral College that gives state power to override the feds, and the feds trump it over. As Tribe said, the biggest blatant fucking lie fucking to the United States Constitution ever. And they corrupt all those fucking numbers. And now Europe pays the price? Europe's paying the price because of Greenspan. They cannot raise the fucking right when we were falsely lowering it. Now look at their balance sheet. Look at all the shit they've been going in buying stocks. They bought so many treasuries, the balance sheet. How are they going to unload? They ain't going to fucking unload. They're going to keep playing this game. This rate, we're stuck. They says, oh, you're turning to Japan. Fuck. Japan's Nikkei peaked in 1986 at 35,000. It's 8,000. Our fucking markets are fucking destroyed. Like I said, if you waited, they pulled GM out. There's one of their hoodwink fucking tricks they fucking pull. But if you wait it, what was the NASDAQ? 5,000 with Bushy Boy. What is it now? 20. This is the hard number. Wait it. Put it clear down. I could prove to you quantitatively that 80% of all wealth in this country was fucking stolen during the Bush administration. And it was all done illegally and corrupt. Mousing those numbers in the CPI, the PPI, and the Fed fucking playing that game, lowering rate, is illegal. There are laws. Hard laws. It is treason. But Greenspan makes Benedict Arnold look like a church mouse. Kevin Blanch.